What's up, everyone? Today we are doing Boyle's Law Lab. So in this lab, what I've got here is a bike pump, and what I've done is I've filled up this bottle with more air. So I've used the bike pump to increase the pressure inside this bottle. I can feel that it's really firm on my fingertips here. And so inside of this bottle, you'll notice there's an item in there. So there's a syringe in there. And with that syringe, we can read the volume. So next we need something to read the pressure. So that's where this device comes in. This is a tire gauge, which is useful for reading pressure. So how does it work? I just press down and it's gonna shoot out this little thing, which will give me the pressure in PSI. So in this lab, what we're gonna do is we're going to continually lower the pressure by letting some air out each time. And each time we do that, we're going to record the pressure using the tire gauge. And we're also going to record the volume inside of the syringe. So to let out some air, I just have to use the back side of this. So I'm going to let out some air. You'll hear a little hissing, and that indicates that I let out some air. And then each time I'm going to measure the pressure. So each time I'm letting out air, each time I'm measuring both the pressure and the volume. So the idea is that we can test Boyle's law by seeing how the decrease in pressure affects the volume. All right, let's get to it. All right, we'll start by recording today's air pressure. It is 14.8 pounds per square inch. You can fill in your first column with this number. All right, let's start taking data. So we'll start by recording the initial volume here is going to be 3 milliliters in the syringe. And now I'm going to read the pressure using my tire gauge. Okay, so the pressure here reads about 25 PSI. Let's continue. So I'm going to let out some air now, and then I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, now that I've let out some air, I want to look at the volume again. And so now the second volume reads 3.4 milliliters. And now I'm going to check the pressure. And the gauge reads 23 PSI. I'm going to repeat these steps. So I'm letting out some air. Reading the volume. In this case, it reads about 3.7 milliliters. And now we want to read the pressure. Okay, the pressure reads 20 PSI. Let's continue. So this is going to be, I believe, our fourth reading here. Let's read the volume. Volume here is 4 milliliters. And the pressure about 17 PSI. Okay, let's let out some air again. Now the volume is at 4.4 milliliters. And the pressure 15 psi. Let's repeat those steps. New volume of 4.8 milliliters. And that has a pressure of about 12 psi. I believe that was 6. Let's go for number 7 now. New volume reads, let's say 5.1 milliliters. And the pressure is 11 psi. Okay, a couple more. So my next volume reads 5.6 milliliters. And the pressure is going to be 8 psi. Okay, I think I have 1 or 2 more. Next data point will be 6.2 milliliters. And the pressure for that okay, 5 psi.